and we're just getting started. Welcome back to our city. I'm pleased to be joined by Mr. Ken Ricuzzo of Taste of the Towns in the City of Elizabeth, to be held October 19th between the hours of 5 and 8:30 at the Renaissance Hotel in the City of Elizabeth. Ken, tell us about some of the vendors, some of the names of the vendors, where you can find them if anybody wanted to look for them and see who's up there.
Okay. There are 40, so I guess
40 vendors.
rather than take up time listing them all, because I don't want to miss anybody.
Because you'll miss something.
I will,
not
absolutely.
Fair.
So if you go to our website, elizabethrotary.org, there is a box for Taste of Elizabeth. You can click on it, it'll show vendors, and you can find out who all.
So you can find out if your favorite restaurants there, or you can find out if it's something you want to try.
Something that sounds interesting, right.
So how does this event, obviously from our point of view, helps the restaurant business? How do you see it? Do you get feedback from the restaurants, say, hey, this is good?
Oh,
getting customers?
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't think we'd have the return that we get every year of some have done it all 9 years, and I don't think we would have that kind of return if they weren't getting business out of it.
I keep coming back.
I've been to some where I've been sitting at a table and somebody next to me is talking about the event, and I knew they were there, so that's kind of nice. But it's
so. Ken, tell me, I was kidding you before about a one-man band, but are you it?
No. The club. I'm it as far
as does all the
getting
legwork
it set up. There's a lot more involved. There's the ad journal. There's ticket sales, which is the club. There's the Tricky Tray raffle and selling raffle tickets. So bringing the money in is the Rotary Club does that. I kind of set things up, but as far as pulling it off and getting the funds in that we need to,
you're the quarterback in that area. You're
right,
not doing the legwork there.
Right.
There are other people.
There are many other people that are doing this. Yeah.
And the Rotary Club has done a great job in our city. The proceeds from Taste of Elizabeth, what does the Rotary Club do? Well,
it all goes into our treasury. Bill Mulia is our treasurer, so you know it's in good hands. We had a record year last year of donations. We gave $55,000 back to.
Did you really?
Yeah, in different ways. 21,000 was our scholarships, which you were kind enough to come to our scholarship luncheon. We gave 2,500 dictionaries to every third grader in Elizabeth and Hillside. That's pretty costly. We gave another about 15,000 to different charitable organizations in town. And new this year, which really was an awesome day, was we gave $10,000 to the Where Angels Play Foundation to build.
Great organization.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah. To build the playground down at the waterfront. So we were one of the prime sponsors of that playground. So we're.
What made you go to Where Angels Play this year? Bill Lavin. Terrific job.
Well, we do a firefighter of the year every year, and I think 2 years ago, Bill was the firefighter of the year, and he spoke to us about Where Angels Play, and we thought, geez, what a great cause. So when it came time here, they're building a playground in Elizabeth on the waterfront. So we thought we've got to get involved in this. We have to do something. So we talked to Bill and got involved in that. Yeah.
So how do you entice the residents? Is it your good looks, your smile? What do you do, Ken?
You just
knock on the door and all of a sudden they're in? What's in it for them? Easy sell or what?
I tell them, yeah, it is. Quite honestly, I tell them you should do this event. It brings all the restaurants together. People come and try it, and you'll get customers. And I sincerely believe that. I'm just not giving them a line there. I really believe that it's good for their business. And they pretty much know it by now. It's been around in the city long enough that unless they're
you don't use that line on the hospital, do you? You don't tell Trinitas, come on, you're going to get customers.
No, that's just the opposite. Yeah,
yeah, you bring the food so your customers stay
right,
away. No.
Exactly.
Oh, they're gonna get us for this. Trinitas.
And they're one of our sponsors too.
I know. So they're gonna get us. So if you went to a restaurant and you ordered all the beverages and the food available at this event, which is this question the staff prepared is a great one.
Right, it is.
What do you think it would cost?
I would say you'd be without tax and tip. And hopefully everybody's a very generous tipper when they go to these. I'd say you'd be looking at $130,000, $40 with tax and tip.
Yeah, I would think you might even be looking at more than that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
All the food and beverages,
right.
And if you had something at each table,
it wouldn't.
You could
cover,
be looking at $400 or $500.
Sure,
I would imagine.
it wouldn't cover most people's bar tab, $35. So yeah,
so it's a great price for the value of the food that you can sample in this
absolutely.
place.
It's phenomenal value.
Yeah, I guess it would be too late for restaurants to sign up now.
It's getting late, although I always have a few who, for whatever, an emergency happens and they can't make it, and then I'm trying to plug in that table. So if somebody is still interested, they can call, and if I can't get them in this year, they'll be the first I call.
They will.
Next year.
Yeah, absolutely. And that'll happen next year.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the restaurants, they look forward to this. There's a lot of customers, a lot of people. It works out well. How about the Renaissance? How are they as the host of this event?
Oh, they're wonderful. Yeah, they do a great job. I see how it, when I see the number of tables and I know the number of people that are going to be there, I think, God, how's this all going to fit? Between the vendors and yet it goes so smoothly. They really do a great job.
And Ken, one of the things you just mentioned, that Trinitas was a sponsor of the event. Who are the other sponsors, and what do the sponsors get out of this?
Well, our partner is. As always, it's the Greater Elizabeth Chamber. They're a partner. Our sponsors this year are Trinitas and also Phillips Bayway 66 Refinery.
Oh, they're there.
They're there. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Mary Phillips was kind enough to give us a sponsorship this year, so that's great. And then we have our media sponsors, which is Comcast and the Star Ledger.
And they're there,
give
and they
us
help.
A lot of publicity. Yeah.
They give you some. Well, it's good. Good. So. The Rotary Club.
Right.
22 years ago, this started as Rotarians from Elizabeth or Rotarians from the county?
No, this was just us. This was
the Elizabeth Rotarians who started
right from the start. Yeah.
Taste of the County. So this has been your event.
Right.
So why the Rotary Club? Why did they pick sponsors? It's pretty clever.
One of our members went to an event similar in, I think, Essex County somewhere, and came back and said, you got to, I went to this, it's fantastic, we have to do this. And it took a while to get it planned since it was so brand new, but we started it 22 years ago. First one was very nicely attended, and then that grew over the years until, as I said before, it got so big that, we had a bunch of competition with other cities and whatnot, So
Ken, we've been talking about the Rotary Club. Maybe we should tell our viewers, what is a Rotary Club?
Sure. Rotary Club, I guess simply said, is a service organization. Rotary is an international organization. There are 1.2 million Rotarians around the world in, I think, 30,000 clubs and about 300 countries. So it's a huge, huge organization. It's very unique in that each club, although you're a part of Rotary International, it's really kind of on its own. It's its own satellite. You raise money the way you want to raise money, and
do you give it to the national?
There's a Rotary Foundation, Rotary International Foundation, and you're encouraged to give money to the foundation, as well as there are other projects like Polio Plus, which is the eradication of polio around the world, which.
Well, Bill Melia, your treasurer, who has polio, is instrumental in that.
Oh, absolutely. He's been our district chairman for 20 some odd years. It's been amazing what's been accomplished. There were 400 to 500,000 cases of polio a year before Rotary got involved, and now there's a handful. I don't even think there's a dozen cases a year new around the world.
Yeah, it just depends on where.
So that's a huge accomplishment. And Rotary was able to get other partners involved, like the Gates Foundation and the Bloomberg Foundation. So
how old is the Rotary Service Club?
Rotary, is about 110 altogether. And our club, we're in our 98th year. We're 1917.
So we're one of the first.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we're one of the first.
Joined when it was.
Yeah, in our district, which is 39 clubs in from Union County to Mercer County. I think we're the oldest club in our district. So
in that area.
So we're getting ready for our 100th anniversary.
So the role of the Rotary Club in the city of Elizabeth is, from my view, extremely important for the work you do. How do the Rotarians feel about their role in the city of Elizabeth?
Oh, I think we're all committed to the city, and in particular the youth of the city. Most of our projects, either directly or indirectly, go to young people with either the scholarships or the dictionaries or even the money that goes into the other service.
Now you do the Fireman and Policeman Year of the
We do that too, yes.
What other programs does the Rotary do?
I think the one I'm most fond of, and I think the club too, is we have 3 youth service groups in town that Rotary sponsors. There's Early Act, which are grade school students. We have one of those at Our Lady of Guadalupe. Kids are phenomenal. We have an Interact Club, which is our oldest club in the school at Elizabeth High. Kelly McCracken.
Kelly
does that. She's amazing. And then this past year, we started a Rotaract Club at Kane. So that's the 3. So we have all 3.
They're your biggest. You're most proud of those 3.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Kids do a phenomenal job.
So last question, Ken, is basically who can become a member of Rotary?
Anybody who's interested in serving the community. Rotary's kind of built to have as diverse a population as we can, so all vocations.
Do you have different titles or different vocations?
Yeah, everyone has a classification. It could be insurance, could be law, could be education, could be minister. We've had many ministers in the club. Young people, retired. We're finding retired people now are kind of a target for membership.
So is there dues for members?
Yes, our dues are $55 per quarter.
Okay.
And then lunch is every week at the Garden Restaurant. We encourage people to come as often as they can.
And if you're not here, you can go to
you can make up at another club.
Another club somewhere,
You'll be welcome. Right? Sure, all around the world.
All around the world.
Yeah.
That's a rule.
That's a rule.
That's a policy. Whatever.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ken, I want to thank you for taking the time to join us on the show.
Thank you, Mayor. It's a pleasure.
And I look forward to seeing you at Taste of the Towns.
Oh, great. Okay.
Thank you.
We're ready.
For Ken Ricuzzo, the Rotary Club and the Taste of Towns chairman, I look forward to seeing many of you on October 19th at the Renaissance Hotel, celebrating the Taste of Towns in Elizabeth, New Jersey.
We have some of the finest teachers in the country. And then they graduate. Kane University.